The voicemail played as the bus hummed through the darkness. I'd listened to it 3 times already, but I played it again. Mom's voice, sharp, cutting, cruel. Don't come back. I'm done with your drama, your attitude, and your constant need for attention. Stay gone. I stared at my reflection in the window. Tears streaked down my face. One duffel bag at my feet. Everything I owned that I could carry. $47 in my checking account. Nowhere to land. The last thread holding me to my family had just snapped. Not frayed, not stretched thin. Snapped. I was 23 years old. Had been paying rent to live in my childhood bedroom. Cleaning the house, grocery shopping, keeping the peace. While my younger brother crashed cars, missed rent, started fights. But I was the problem child. I was too sensitive, too dramatic, too much. Now I was on a midnight Greyhound bus heading to a city where I knew exactly one person. A former coworker who'd said I could crash on her couch if I ever needed to. Well, I needed to. My name is Ariel Banks. I'd always been the problem child, according to Mom anyway. Never mind that I was the one who actually cleaned the dishes, who paid rent 2 weeks early every month, who calmed my brother's explosive tantrums when he didn't get his way. Leo had crashed 3 cars in 2 years, totaled them all. Each time, Mom made excuses. He's young. He's still learning. Boys mature slower. Leo had screaming matches with Mom at least twice a week, broke things, punched walls. But when I asked her to please not eat my clearly labeled leftovers, "You're too sensitive, it's just food." When I said I was tired and couldn't drive Leo to his friend's house at midnight, "You're selfish. Family helps family." I'd learned to keep my head down, stay quiet, avoid conflict. But 2 nights ago, something shifted. Leo lied, said I'd stolen his debit card. Mom believed him instantly. Didn't even ask my side, screamed at me, called me a thief, a liar. So I packed my bag, and now I was gone. I woke up in a gas station parking lot. The bus had stopped for a 30-minute rest break. My phone was at 4% battery. I'd turned it off to save power. When I powered it back on, the screen exploded with notifications. 46 missed calls. My heart stopped. All from Mom, from Leo, from my aunt, from numbers I didn't even recognize. Text messages filling the screen faster than I could read them. "Call me now. It's an emergency. Please, Ariel." I scrolled to the voicemails. There were 12 new ones. Clicked the first one from Mom. Her voice was completely different from the night before. Panicked. Crying. "Please come back, it's Leo. Something happened, please. I need you." I stared at the phone. 24 hours ago I was poison. Now I was the cure. I didn't feel panic. I felt anger. I sat in that parking lot for the entire break. Let the voicemails stack up. Listened to them one by one. Mom screaming, sobbing, swearing, begging. "Where are you? Answer your phone. How can you do this to your family? Leo needs you." Each message angrier than the last. Then desperate again. Then angry. A cycle of manipulation I recognized too well. My aunt left one. "Honey, I know things are complicated, but you should call your mother back. Leo's in trouble." I almost called. Almost. But something stopped me. Because 24 hours ago, Mom had told me not to come back. Had let me walk out with a duffel bag. Hadn't stopped me, hadn't apologized, had told me to stay gone. So I would. I powered my phone off again, boarded the bus, kept going. Flashback to 2 nights ago. Leo burst into the living room where I was watching TV. Face red, eyes wild. He took my debit card. I looked up, confused. "What?" "My card is missing. I know you took it. You're always stealing my stuff." "I haven't touched your card. I don't even know where you keep it." Mom came in from the kitchen. "What's going on?" "Ariel stole my debit card." Mom turned to me. Already angry. Already decided. "Where is it?" "I didn't take it. I don't have it." "Leo says you did." "Leo's wrong." She stepped closer, voice getting louder. "Don't call your brother a liar." "I'm not. I'm saying he's mistaken." "Nep, you're always causing problems, always stirring up drama. I'm sick of it." I stood up. "I didn't take anything." "Get out. Get out of my house. I don't know who you are anymore." I'd stared at her, waiting for her to take it back. She didn't, so I packed and left. She didn't stop me. I got to my friend's apartment around 6 a.m. She gave me her couch, a blanket, and asked no questions. I slept until noon, woke up to more missed calls, more voicemails, one text from my aunt that made me pause. "Ariel, I know you didn't steal anything, but Leo's in deep trouble, real trouble. Call me when you can." I texted back, "What kind of trouble?" 3 dots appeared. Disappeared. appeared again. You didn't hear this from me, but he owes people money, bad people. How much? A lot, and he's telling them you're involved. My blood went cold. What do you mean involved? He gave them your name, your number, said you'd vouch for him. I sat up, fully awake now. I need to see proof. 10 minutes later, she sent screenshots, text messages, Leo promising someone money, using my name as collateral. Now I understood. This wasn't about me coming home to help, it was about me coming home to take the blame. I opened my banking app, hands shaking, checked my savings account, the one I'd been building for the past 2 years. Money from birthday gifts, tax returns, extra shifts. My emergency fund. The balance showed $143.76. I blinked, refreshed the page. Same number. There should have been $9,543.76. I checked the transaction history. 1 week ago. Transfer of $9,400 to an external account. I clicked on the details. The receiving account had an initial that looked familiar. LB Leo Banks. I felt sick. He'd stolen $9,000 from me, and Mom had let him. I called my bank immediately, explained the situation. The representative was sympathetic but needed documentation. We can pull the IP address logs for the transaction. It shows it was authorized from your home Wi-Fi network. I wasn't home that day. I was at work. Do you have proof? I pulled up my work schedule, sent screenshots. The transfer was initiated at 2:47 p.m. You were clocked in at work from 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. that day. Correct. Okay, we'll start an investigation, but you'll need to file a police report for identity theft. Can you do that? Yes. And you'll need to identify who had access to your account information. I closed my eyes. My brother and my mother. I'm sorry, that's difficult, but we need that documented. I hung up, stared at my phone, then started making a list of everything I'd need to prove my case. Mom called from a different number, one I didn't recognize. Against my better judgment, I answered. Hello, Ariel. Oh, thank God. Why haven't you been answering? You told me not to come back. Silence. Then, Leo's in the hospital. He overdosed. The doctors say she broke into sobs. He's stable, but he almost died. My chest tightened. What did he take? Does it matter? Your brother almost died and you abandoned us. I didn't abandon anyone. You kicked me out. He broke because of you, because you left, because you're selfish. The manipulation was so familiar it almost worked. Almost. I'm hanging up now. If you don't come home right now. I ended the call. Blocked the number. I opened the family group chat I'd been ignoring. Scrolled through the messages. Mom had been busy rewriting history. Ariel stole from her own brother, took his money and ran when he needed her most. Now he's in the hospital and she won't even visit. My cousin replied with a heart emoji. That betrayal hit deeper than all the rest. I'd babysat that cousin. Helped her with homework. Been there for her when her own parents weren't, and she believed Mom without question. I screenshot the entire conversation, added it to my evidence folder. Then I left the group chat. An unknown number texted me that afternoon. You owe me what your brother couldn't pay. I stared at the message. Didn't respond. Another text. Don't ignore me. Leo gave me your info, said you'd cover his debt. I don't know who you are. $6,800, that's what he owes. You have 1 week. My hands were shaking. I didn't agree to anything. Not my problem. He used your name, your number. You're responsible. I screenshot everything, called the police non-emergency line, explained the situation. They told me to come in and file a report. I did. That same day. I took the train back home 3 days later. Not to forgive, not to reconcile, not to help, to document. They thought I was weak, thought I'd fold under pressure. But I came back smarter, with recording apps running on my phone, with a plan. I walked up to the house, used my key. The door opened. Mom stood in the hallway. You came back. I'm here to get my things. Leo's upstairs, recovering. You should see him. No, I walked past her, up the stairs, to my bedroom, opened the door, and froze. My room was empty, not just cleaned, gutted. My bed was gone, dresser gone, desk gone. The posters I'd hung were torn down, leaving marks on the walls. My closet stood open, empty. Where's my stuff? Mom appeared in the doorway. We thought you weren't coming back. Where is my stuff? Leo needed money for his medical bills. You sold my belongings. She shrugged. You left. Leo's voice came from down the hall, weak but audible. I sold your stuff for rent money. You weren't using it. I turned. He was standing there, looking pale but defiant. My laptop? Sold it. My books, my clothes? Pawn shop. Mom just stood there, let him say it, didn't defend me, didn't apologize. I pulled out my phone, started recording. Say that again, for the record. Leo's eyes narrowed. But he repeated it. I sold your stuff because you abandoned us. That night, I pretended to sleep on the couch, but I was wide awake. Phone recording. Around 1 a.m., I heard Mom on the phone in the kitchen. I crept closer, stayed in the shadows. Yeah, we'll blame her. Say it was her idea. The drug dealer thing? We'll say she introduced Leo to those people. Silence while she listened. She won't fight us. She never does. She'll just take it and move on like always. More listening. The money from her account? We'll say she gave it to Leo as a loan. She can't prove otherwise. I kept recording, every word. When she hung up, I stayed frozen until I heard her bedroom door close. Then I went back to the couch. Didn't sleep at all. Just listened to the recording over and over, making sure it was clear. I walked into the police station the next morning, handed over everything. Screenshots, bank statements, recordings, text messages from the dealer. The officer took notes, asked questions. This is identity theft, financial fraud, possibly extortion. I know. You understand you're reporting your own family? I understand they committed crimes, using my name, my money, my identity. He nodded slowly. You're doing the right thing. I know. They opened a case, gave me a number, told me to keep documenting everything. I left feeling lighter. For the first time in days, I felt like I had some control. 2 days later, there was a knock at Mom's door. CPS, Child Protective Services. Mom answered. Saw the official badges. What is this? We received a report about unsafe conditions for a minor in this household. There's no minor here. Then I remembered. Leo had a daughter, my niece, 3 years old, living with him and his girlfriend in the basement, in a house where drugs were present, where money was being stolen, where chaos ruled. Mom's face went pale. Who called you? The CPS worker didn't answer, just asked to come inside. Mom's eyes found mine across the room. You called them? I didn't respond, didn't confirm or deny. Just watched as they went downstairs to inspect the basement. Mom worked in early childhood education, administrative role, good salary, respected position. I pulled up her employer's HR contact information, sent an email. I'm writing to report concerning behavior by one of your employees that may impact her fitness for her role working with children. Attached, the overdraft reports showing she'd helped steal from her own daughter. Voicemails where she screamed and threatened. Screenshots of her lying in group chats. Just facts. No commentary, no emotion. Let the evidence speak. 3 days later, I got a response. Thank you for bringing this to our attention. We're reviewing the matter. 1 week after that, I heard from my aunt. Mom had been suspended pending investigation. Aunt Mara called my cell. They're spiraling. Your mom is losing her mind. Leo's freaking out. You were right about everything. I know. I have something for you. We met at a coffee shop. She slid an envelope across the table. Inside, a receipt from the pawn shop for my laptop, except the signature wasn't mine. It was forged. Leo had signed my name. Where did you get this? I went to the shop, explained the situation. They made a copy for me. This is evidence of fraud. I know. And Ariel? If you need to press charges, I'll testify. I'll tell them everything I've seen over the years. I had a witness now. Someone from inside the family, willing to tell the truth. I posted on social media. Not names, just the story. What do you do when your mom leaves a voicemail saying don't come back, but the next day begs you to save the mess she created? Posted the audio clip of her original message. Then clips of her begging calls. Posted screenshots of the group chat where she lied about me. Posted the bank records showing the theft. The thread went viral. 20,000 shares in 2 days. Comments flooded in. This is narcissistic abuse. Document everything. Press charges. You're so brave. My DMs exploded. People sharing their own stories, offering support, asking how to protect themselves. I responded to as many as I could. Police showed up at the house one morning. I wasn't there, but my aunt texted me what happened. They came for Leo. Calmly, professionally. We have a warrant for your arrest. Fraud, identity theft, forgery. Leo tried to run, made it to the backyard before they caught him. Handcuffed him, read him his rights. Mom screamed from the porch. You're arresting the wrong person. It's Ariel. She's the one who... The officers ignored her, took Leo away. Mom called me 17 times that day. I didn't answer once. The court hearing was surreal. Leo sat with his public defender, Mom sat behind him in support. The prosecutor laid out the evidence, the forged signatures, the stolen money, the fake receipts. Then my lawyer stood. We'd like to play a recording. The original voicemail that started this chain of events. The judge nodded. The courtroom went silent. Then Mom's voice filled the room. Don't come back. I'm done with your drama, your attitude, and your constant need for attention. Stay gone. The judge's expression changed. Even Leo looked uncomfortable. Mom looked ashamed for the first time, but I wasn't finished. My lawyer played the recorded phone call where she'd planned to frame me. The courtroom erupted in whispers. After the hearing, their lawyer approached mine. We'd like to discuss a settlement. Leo pleads to reduce charges, agrees to pay restitution. You drop the civil suit. My lawyer looked at me. It's a reasonable offer. I shook my head. No deal. Ariel, you'd get your money back. This isn't about money. It's about making sure this never happens again, to me or anyone else. You understand he might go to jail? I understand he committed crimes. Let the court decide consequences. My lawyer nodded, turned back to theirs. My client declines. The final ruling came 3 weeks later. The judge ruled in my favor on every count. Leo was sentenced to 18 months probation and mandatory rehabilitation, ordered to pay full restitution plus damages. My identity was officially cleared from all fraudulent accounts. My name legally removed from all debts he'd incurred. The judge addressed him directly. You exploited a family relationship for personal gain, betrayed someone who trusted you. That's particularly egregious. Then she looked at me. Miss Banks, you've shown remarkable strength through this process. I hope you're able to rebuild your life. I already have, Your Honor. And I meant it. 6 months later, Mom texted from yet another new number. I'd blocked so many I'd lost count. You'll always be family. Come home for Christmas. I stared at the message for a long time. Thought about all the years I'd tried to be enough, to be good enough, to earn love that should have been free. Thought about the voicemail, the lies, the theft. Thought about who I was now, who I was becoming. I typed, "That's sweet." Then I blocked the number, deleted the message thread, and moved on. 1 year later, I sit in my own apartment, small but mine, safe, quiet. I work as a youth case advocate now, helping young people navigate family crisis, abuse, displacement. My office nameplate reads, Ariel Banks, Case Support Lead. On my desk sits a framed print, not a motivational quote, not a photo. The transcript of that original voicemail, "Don't come back, stay gone." I look at it every single day, and I smile, because I took her advice. I didn't come back. I built something better instead. Something she can never touch, never take, never ruin. The family that rejected me thought I'd break, but I became unbreakable. And that voicemail, the one meant to destroy me, it saved my life instead. Because sometimes the cruelest words become your greatest liberation. And sometimes "don't come back" is exactly the permission you needed to finally be free.